Hello lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad, and today I come to you from a different day of the week. I'm here on the 4th of October as I'm lucky enough to be part of the vlogging tour for this year's Sew Upcycle 22. This is a wonderful challenge being run by Becky from Notes to the Sewing Room and Karen from So Little Time, who I'm sure you both know and love. And if you don't, then please hop over to their YouTube channels because they both create the most magical content. So what's this challenge all about? What am I doing? Why am I sitting in a jacket in my own sewing room? So the purpose of this challenge is to inspire us all to upcycle almost anything. Duvet covers, curtains, old things that you never wear anymore, someone else's items from someone in their someone else's wardrobe. It's all about just inspiring each other to upcycle something and give it a new lease of life. So I've popped on one of my favourite upcycles, and I'm going to take you through some of the upcycles I've made over the years, and also some of the things that I'm thinking about recycling myself, which is all very exciting. And I'm super lucky to be joined or to be part of this journey with so many other vloggers. We've got at least one per day through the October, and I am sandwiched very luckily between the wonderful Judy from Running So and So. I'll pop her picture up here. She was on the tour yesterday, and tomorrow we are joined by Rachel from Stitched Up, and also the Twilight Stitcher are both doing videos tomorrow, so I'll pop their details here somewhere. How wonderful is that, to be sandwiched between such inspiration? But there really is someone every day, and if I can, I'll find a picture, maybe overlay it here so you can see it in more detail, of all the wonderful seamstresses and bloggers that are going to be dressmakers. I'm not sure who else is on there, so there's lots of lovely new vloggers, which is why I'm unsure of the content there. I can't wait to follow some new people too. So you know, this challenge is perfectly timed because like a lot of you, 3 or 4 weeks ago I'm reaching for dresses, I'm reaching for shorts, I'm reaching for, I've got bare legs, and then suddenly, like that, I can't do that anymore. And it happens to me every year, but I think, wow, suddenly I'm opening my wardrobe and I've got the wrong dresses, the wrong trousers, so I have to do the whole wardrobe switchover thing. I did that on Friday night last week, and I suddenly ended up with well, actually, you know me, I ended up with a mountain of clothes that I needed to vacuum pack and put away, which is what I've done. And I do love that process, but because I'm always really honest with myself, I've left it in the other room, but I do have a it's not very few things that I've actually decided are not right for me, but there are some things that I think actually I'll be better off rehoming those or reselling them, and actually quite a lot of the shop bought items that I've had from over the years, I am actually going to sell on Vinted. I've had quite a bit of success with that. But the purpose of this video is actually to upcycle. So I'm going to take you through some of those things. So as I say, a perfectly timed video to for us to think, actually, no, I'm not taking that to the charity shop. I'm not going to give that to family member or a friend or something, which is all very valid, of course. I am actually going to do something different with those, and that's what I did with the jacket that I'm wearing. So let me stand up and show it to you in a bit more detail. So this is an itch to stitch denim jacket. Now I think it might be called the Atlanta or something like that. I forget what it was called. Now I made this a number of years ago, and if I can find it, I will put in the picture of the jeans, because part of this challenge is you need to take a picture of what you used to upcycle an item, and then obviously what you made, and then you tag Becky and Karen in your photo over on Instagram on the 31st of October. This jacket, believe it or not, was actually made out. I'm going to take it off because I'm a little bit warm wearing a jacket inside, even though the heating's not on, of course. This jacket was made out of 4 pairs of black denim jeans, and you'd think to yourself, wow, making a denim jacket, that's got to have been really complicated, hasn't it? It was, I'm not going to lie, there are lots of pieces involved in that, but actually that's the trick to it. So everything I'm going to show you in terms of my upcycle journey seems to be always jackets, and that's because you get lots of little bits. You can actually repurpose jeans in a really good way, because you actually have got little bits on it. I love this. Look, you can see here, I hope you can see because it's black. Which bit am I trying to show you? Hang on, I'm trying to find it here. Can you see there's 2 lines there? That's from the original pleats from the back of the jeans that I originally had. And actually also, I think the light here helps me. You can see that's 2 different pairs of jeans there. You've got one on the top and then one on the bottom. What else have I got happening on here? And you do have to be a little bit adventurous and not worry about stuff. So you've got here, you can see there's like a join here where you wouldn't normally have a join, and that's just how the pieces of fabric fell. And actually, if you look on the inside, you can see very clearly there the different types of denim that have been used. I also cut up, sounds a bit dramatic to cut up a dress to make the inside lining, but this lining here originally was a dress, and I used that on the cuffs as well, because I fold the cuffs up. Actually, the truth be told, I made this jacket and then my daughter took it, and I've hardly seen it since. Sadly, she's moved on from wearing mummy's, well, I'm not sure she ever wore mummy's Me Maids, but this was one of the few things she ever wore. And yeah, so we've got a bit of top stitching come on down there. Oh yes, that's the inside there. So you can see that, I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. You can see, sorry about the sneezing, that actually, because you've got, see there, I hope you can see that. I just love it. It's really good fun, and actually it's a jacket. And what I discovered from getting out my wardrobe from my winter wardrobe is I'm a little bit obsessed with jackets. I seem to have loads, like an insane amount of jackets. I mean, everybody needs a jacket, right? But I've got more than most, and they're all me made. But so that was the first thing I wanted to show you as an inspiration for upcycling. And then the other one, next one, guess what? Yeah, it's another denim jacket. Let me put this on and show you. There's always a lot of movement in my videos, isn't there? Oh, crikey, knocking everything over here. So this is another denim jacket, and you can clearly see the variety of denims I've used in this. This is the Sew Over It Sorrento jacket, which is a beautiful design. This is a cropped jacket here. I made it a few years ago. It does actually do up, but it's always been a little bit snug. But yeah, lots of different types of jacket, and I love it when something tells a story. And this piece of jacket, so my daughter is just turned 18. Oh, I know, but this jacket here, this piece of jacket here, are from the jeans that I had when Molly had been born and I'd lost my baby weight, if you like. I didn't really have any baby weight, but I had a baby space weight. And these are the jeans that I bought from, oh my goodness, I forgot the name of the company, it doesn't exist anymore. But I wore these jeans, and it was the first time, you know, that sort of moment you think, yeah, back in the room moment. And these were really lovely bootleg jeans, but sadly, obviously things evolve, fashions evolve. Yeah, they were a bootleg jean, but they were lovely, and so I repurposed those. And I love how I can tell a story just by telling you that bit. So yeah, lots of different types of denim in here, but I think that really works. I love it. Yeah, so as I have so many jackets, I don't reach for this one all the time. This one doesn't have side pockets, whereas the other one does. You can see carries on all the way through. And this was, again, I hope I can find the picture of it, because I laid the jeans for this out sort of on the table, so you could see the different types. And actually you can see there from the collar, this is obviously the patina you get from wearing jeans. So it's naturally faded, but it's all one piece of fabric from jeans. But yeah, because there are so many parts to a jacket, you can basically, recreate. You need to think about it, because obviously your thigh piece is probably your biggest piece of denim, so you need to use those for the biggest pieces. Quite often I would use pretty much a whole leg for the arms, and things like that. And under my desk here now, I've still got a box of me made clothes predominantly. I think there's one shop bought jumper in there that I keep, because I think, no, I am going to repurpose that at some stage, which is, really exciting. Another jacket. What is it with me and jackets? Oh my word. Have a word with yourself, Cara. I've got a pile of jackets. And this is something quite different. So I bought a poncho, it was a long time ago. It's probably going to be 8-9 years ago, I reckon. There was a fashion to have, I got it from Primark, which is like a bargain shop here in England. There was a fashion to have it's like a poncho, but it had two long sections on the front, from what I can remember, and then a big sort of patch, like square on the back. So you could sort of fling the front bits over your shoulders if you wanted to. But in essence, it was a massive piece of fabric. And it was double-sided, so it was black on one side, and then this amazing sort of tartan black and white on the other. And naturally, I made another jacket. So let me put this one on. This is the chip jacket from Seamwork. And do you know what? Every year when I get this out, I think, why haven't I made more of these? Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves a second. This is a fabulous, absolutely fabulous design. Looks really complicated, but I can assure you, if I made this, so I had the poncho probably about 8 or 9 years ago. I've only been sewing for about 3 or 4 years, I think, or you'll probably know more than me. Started my YouTube channel in lockdown, so just right at the beginning of lockdown, and had only been sewing for about 18 months before that. So yeah, 4 years. So I kind of made it that long ago. In fact, I'm no longer a Seamwork member, because I ended up with so many patterns I didn't know what to do with them all and didn't like them all. I put side pockets into this, but that doesn't come with that as a design. But look at that! I mean, how awesome is that? This is a poncho. It used to be a poncho. That is how to repurpose something. And do you know what? This is the snuggliest jacket you will ever own. I love it. and I've got so many jackets that I hardly ever wear it. I mean, why? Why am I not wearing this constantly? But it is very, very warm, so I'm going to take it off if you like, if that's all right with you. But look, because it was like a lined sort of fabric, as in double-sided, didn't need to line it or anything. So, ooh, I'm wrecking the joint here. So I hope that really gives you some inspiration. And all I did was bias bind the edges there, but actually it wouldn't fray because it's that sort of fabric. Love it. Love all 3 of those jackets. Need to wear them more. What did I find in my wardrobe this year that I thought, you know what, I haven't reached for that at all, or just isn't comfortable, love the fabric, want to reuse it? I found 2 things. They're both hanging on the same hanger here. So let me just grab these a second. I'll talk to you about that one in a moment. First one is this lovely summer dress. I say lovely summer dress. It's a very simple, this is a sew over it pattern. I can't remember the name of it. It's actually very similar in construction to the saltwater slip dress that I never got round to making this year, but everybody else, there's a big sneeze from my husband, everybody else was making loads of those. So it's bias bound straps and neckline. But the reason I pulled this out is because I absolutely adore this fabric. So this is a full length dress, very similar style to the saltwater slip dress. Very difficult for me to show you. It's got buttons all the way down the front. I don't think I actually, or did I actually, oh, I did. Do you know what? I genuinely thought that I hadn't made this with the buttons. So it's got buttons all the way down the front. And the reason I've pulled this out, because I absolutely love this fabric. It was doing the rounds in a few different places. I'm going all the way down here with the buttons. This was doing the rounds a few years ago, but I can't find it now. So now that I've unbuttoned that, hopefully you'll see, and I'm going to stand up. This is essentially a massive piece of fabric. So now that it's undone, you can see just how much fabric there is here. And it's also got lovely buttons on it. All right. Nice glossy black buttons. And so I am going to basically repurpose this into a little blouse or top of some description. There are a couple of blouses that are incredibly simple to do. The Joy blouse from I Am Patterns is one. It takes up hardly any fabric at all. And actually, not related to this video, but Kirsten from the Dahlia Society has just done a video over this weekend on tops that only take 1.5 meters of fabric. I really like that, because if you talk about a meter of fabric, it's not very size inclusive. So she's done a video about 1.5 meters, and so all of us could be quite inspired by her video, because if we are repurposing dresses and things like that, then we're going to be looking for patterns that have either got lots of pieces, like my denim jackets and jackets down there, or fabrics that patterns that don't take much fabric. So I'm going to draw some inspiration from them. But I would add the Joy blouse to her list, because it really doesn't take up very much fabric at all. And I just think that would be so pretty, even at this time of year, because you've got the black accent there. I would be able to pair that with some trousers. So this may be one of the things. See, look, I folded it up now. You can see how much fabric there is there. And you know what? I'm not too worried that it's got a seam line in it. So that's, I reckon you see that. That's the side seam there. But I really think when you've got on a top, you would be hard pushed to notice that was even there. I've done that quite a few times, and nobody's ever said to me, "Oh, hang on a minute, you got a side seam on your top. What's that all about? It's not on the side." So, and the other one, which I absolutely adore, is this dress. This is let me itching my ear. Sorry about that. This is, I think I was going to say this is either a Grazia or a La Cala, or I think it's a Grazia pattern, or Grassa pattern, which is a Russian pattern company. It's actually incredibly similar to the Lyra shirt dress. And this one came out just before that. It's got a tier here and then a full skirt, which I appreciate you can't see. It's got a beautiful button placket on it, and a full shirt collar, and these beautiful cuffs and so on. I absolutely love this fabric, but I hardly have ever worn this dress, and I'm not sure why. If it's a beautiful colour on me, and it fits really well, but I just haven't reached for it. So I'm going to upcycle this in some way, shape or form. I am actually not quite sure how, because the waistline here is elasticated, and it's not quite long enough just to cut it off and make it into a shirt, which would be obviously the easiest thing to do. But for the same principle, the bottom part of the skirt here has got a lot of fabric on it. I almost feel like, I've watched a couple of the YouTubers, I know Tamlin from So On The Time, she was saying I could never be on the sewing bee because of the transformation challenge. I'm a little bit like that. I can't look at this and think, oh, if I could just hack this and hack this, because I know there must be something I could do to maintain this amazing button placket. It's got to be something I can do that I could incorporate that. I was thinking of cutting it off and putting a peplum on, but that's not my style in order to like have a blouse. This must be joined, but I mean the first step would be to take the elastic out. I don't think it's a very glamorous elastic casing inside. Yeah, it's not very glamorous. I could maybe unpick the casing and see if with no elastic on it I could just get away with it, having a seam there, cutting it at shirt length. I also would need to take these off. These cuffs, they drove me mad, if I've got to tell you. They're quite blousy and it's just not my style. So I could literally cut those off, pop elastic in, very the blouse Avid seamstress style-y. That would be fine. But there's a lot of fabric here, and again I'm going to repurpose this into a different style of blouse, and you know, breathe some new life into that. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing and hearing about what I have done and what I intend to do. In the bag of goodies from my wardrobe is some other things. And the other things I'm going to do with some of the things that I've got a pair of Love Notion duet trousers, which I wore them all last year, but every time I wore them, I just thought, no, these aren't right. I have put into the bag a pair of black Dawn jeans are made out of black twill fabric, same thing. The fabric is just bagged out and just doesn't look right, and the fit was never right. I did make them work for me and I did wear them all season. However, I'm not going to take that into this season, but I'm going to take the buttons off. I'm going to repurpose the zips. So those are the sort of upcycly bits that I can do with that. But I hope you have some fun with this and hope it's given you some inspiration as to what you might be able to do with lots of different things. Duvet covers, curtains, big dresses that you can repurpose, husband shirts that you can hack, and don't forget you need to share the before and the after on Instagram over on the 31st of October. I'm going to pop a picture here because there's lots of prizes that are available. I didn't know about that when I first talked about it last week. I thought it was just sort of an inspiration thing, and that's a prize in itself, isn't it? Getting to see all of us and my fellow vloggers and sewists all having lots of creativity and ideas. So I look forward to seeing what you're up to. Good luck to Rachel and the Twilight Stitcher tomorrow, and to all of the other people that are involved in this sewing journey. Take care, everybody. I look forward to catching up with you soon. Bye.